Hi, welcome to JurXNurse.com's Legal Nurse Consultant episodes. I'm your host, Elizabeth Rudolph. I'm an attorney, I'm a nurse just like you, and a professional legal nurse consultant. So today we're going to talk about deposition tips for the professional legal nurse consultant. Remember to hit subscribe button so that you never miss another episode. Okay, so what should you say in your deposition as a professional legal nurse consultant? And what should you not say? These are questions that you probably should ponder well in advance of giving deposition testimony, because what you say is important. But we're going to go through some helpful tips and tricks that you can use in your deposition testimony. And specifically, we're going to talk about 5 deposition tips. So number 1, you want to be prepared. There's certain things in life you can wing. You can maybe wing a test in nursing school, but you can't wing a deposition. You need to anticipate the questions regarding every single fact in issue so that you can be prepared to testify about them. And you're going to be focusing on the medical record in your review. So number 2, okay, you will be asked about your education. That's important to know in advance. So expect that you're going to need to provide an overview of your education, which you can largely do by reviewing your resume or your curriculum vitae or vitae, however you want to pronounce that, your CV. But more importantly, you will likely be asked about the education you have surrounding the facts that you're testifying about. So know that in advance. Now, number 3. Your nursing experience is absolutely critical in the case. You will most definitely be asked about your nursing experience. And matter of fact, it could be all your nursing experience. But specifically, you want to be prepared to talk about your experience as it pertains to the facts at issue. So if your experience is limited regarding the facts at issue, don't fear, okay? You can consider filling it in with some research that you've done regarding those facts. Now, number 4, you want to plan to discuss how many cases you've testified in and the types of testifying cases that you've testified in well in advance of actually going to the deposition. Plan this. This is the first time perhaps maybe that you're testifying, okay? So you'll have a little less baggage, but don't worry if you've testified before. That's not necessarily a big deal, but just be sure you understand the facts in this case that you're testifying about. Number 5, you want to anticipate the questions in advance so you can set your mind somewhat at ease. There's nothing worse than dreaming up an answer, okay? Looking for maybe divine intervention, and at that moment none is forthcoming. So when multiple people are awaiting your answer and you are not necessarily prepared to answer the question, it might make you feel anxious. And that's understandable. But know that you're going to be testifying probably about healthcare facts regarding everything that's in the medical record. Maybe healthcare facts regarding questions of professionals that you didn't anticipate that you probably would be. So knowing that, think about it in advance, okay? So you will likely be testifying regarding all healthcare entries, even if you're just reviewing it on behalf of the nurse. So now that you've gone through these 5 tips, okay, go back over them, because they're going to come up in almost every deposition when you testify as an expert witness. So the more at ease you are as an expert witness testifying, the better your deposition will go. So let's review the 5 tips. Number 1, you want to be prepared. Number 2, you will be asked about your education. Number 3, your nursing experience is absolutely critical. Number 4, plan to discuss how many cases you've testified in and the types of cases in the past, if you have. And number 5, anticipate the questions in advance so you can set your mind somewhat at ease. So now that you've gone over these 5 tips again and you've reviewed the 5 tips, you should be much better prepared to testify as an expert witness. So listen, if you've ever testified before, put it in the chat. How many times have you testified? Not only, if you can, put it into the comments or questions that you might have regarding testifying, okay? So you want to try to aim to testify, if you can, for both the plaintiff and the defendant on an equal basis. All right, that's a wrap for today. So do me a favor, okay? If you like this episode, share it on social media. And if you want our free guide to how you can hike your nursing income as a professional legal nurse consultant, go to jurexnurse.com. But I'm going to leave you with this final message. Take one step today to becoming a professional legal nurse consultant. All right, go and have a great day.